Hi there, this is Dan. Just a quick little tutorial on how to make a digital story. I'm going to give you just the basics and keep it simple. First thing I do is I'm going to make a folder to put the images in on my desktop. So I'm going to go to just New Folder. And I'm going to name it Digital Story. And I'm going to make this just so that I can put all the images that I want to put into my story in that folder. Makes it nice and organized. So I'm going to actually go to the internet and I'm going to use Google Images. We put a couple different spots for you out there to places to find images, but Google Images is not a bad place to find images to create stories. So I'm going to use Google for right now. If you're really worried about fair use and copyright, Pics for Learning is one that works pretty well, and I'll go from there. So I'm going to just type in, been interested in the garbage patch in the ocean and what's going on out there. I don't know if you're aware of it, but there's lots of trash floating in the oceans, and these are some images. So pretty horrific. I'm gonna pull up one, and this is one that it's got some trash wrapped up in this jellyfish. I'm gonna save this picture as. I'm gonna click on the picture and click Save Picture As. And I want to put it on my desktop, and I'm gonna find that folder, and I'm gonna save it in there. Digital Story folder. There it is. And I'm gonna say Open and Save. And I'm going to get just 2 images for our purposes today, for just this example. Your story will have, depending on how many you want to have in it, it's up to you, but you'll be choosing. Here's kind of a pretty insane picture of what's going on too. So I'm going to, again, Save Picture As, and there's nice and convenient. It's got my folder ready, so I'm going to save it there. And then I'm going to get out of the internet. So once you've got all your images ready, you're going to then go to the Start menu. And you're just going to go to your programs, all programs, and I'm looking for Photo Story 3. So there's Photo Story 3, and this is a very easy program to use. I'm going to cover just the basics, like I said, but we want to begin a new project. You can see that it has 3 options: edit a project or play a story, and we're just going to begin a project. And I want to import my pictures, and I'm looking on my desktop for my digital story folder. There it is, and I'm going to click on, let me double click that. There they are. One thing you can do is hold the control key down and click on multiple images, and it'll select them all, and then hit OK, press OK. Look, there's even a soccer ball there. You can do some editing of the images in here. You can crop photos. I'm not going to get into all of that, but it's kind of a nice thing to do. You can add effects in between slides, so I will do that part. I'll just add an effect here. Let me go in here to add effect, and just charcoal. Let's see what that does. Color effect. I can do all kinds of different things. I mean, it's really up to you. I'm making a decision to just keep it the same. So again, these are all just different things, and really the thing would be to just play with it, and then you can hit save. But I'm just not going to do that because I'm gonna. Well, I'll save it. Once I've got my images in the order I want them, I'm gonna just go ahead and hit next. But if I don't like the order, I can switch the order by just kind of moving them, clicking on them, and dragging them. And I like what I've got right now, so I'm going to go next. It says all pictures in your story have black borders. If it's asking me if I want to remove them, it's recommended that I remove them, and you can crop them. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not too worried about that, but you can go in and edit those out, and it looks a little bit better. So, that's something we can do if you're wanting to have that question, we can go over that. You can add text over top of your images. You know, you've got some font selections. You can decide where you want to align it, to the left, the middle, or the right, and then it can be at the top, the middle, or towards the bottom. Pretty simple. And you can do that for each slide. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go to next. And this is where you're going to take the writing that you have done or the kids have done after you've revised it and edited it, made it a perfect piece of writing. And you record the narration. And this is where you would have pre-planned, okay, what am I going to say over my first slide, my second slide, and so on. And I'm just going to do a quick test and show you. So I'm going to record narration. Test, test, test. I'm going to stop it, and I'll preview it. Narration. Test, test, test. So it's obviously recording. If I don't like my narration, I can delete it and just say yes. So I'm going to pretend that test, test, test. There's my audio. I like it. It's perfect. Now it's ready to go. I'm just going to pretend that this is all set. I've got everything ready to go. I'm going to go to next. At this point, you can select music if you want to, and we've given you some sites. This is a little bit more advanced, but you can select music, you know, from freeplaymusic.org. It's one place. You can do it from your own music library. If you do that, though, you're going to need to make sure that the audio level is brought way down low so that it's in the background. Sometimes it's nice to have a little music in the background. Sometimes it's a distraction. It's up to you. It's personal preference. They even give you a Create Music tab here. Anyway, I'm going to go to Next. And what you would need to do is browse where you want to save the story. And I'm going to actually recommend to everybody that you save them into the same folder that you have the pictures. So this folder right here, I'm going to open up. And I'm going to call this Garbage Patch. Because you want everything to be saved in the same folder. It just makes it easier for the program to find those images, and it's all lumped together. If you don't have those images in that folder after you save, you might have a problem. You might have red X's in your digital stories, and you don't want that. And instead of the images. So I'm going to go to Save, and I'm going to go to Next. And right now, this is kind of the final part in mixing your story. I call it cooking your story, and then I can just view it. And mine's pretty simplistic, but let's see if we can view the story here. These are some default settings that just popped up. And we'll just wait a second. Test, test, test. So there we are. Audio. At this point, I can take this story, and I'm going to get out of this. Actually, I'm going to cancel out. At this point, I'm going to, you can upload this story to YouTube. It's in a form right now. There it is. It's in a form that can be uploaded to YouTube and shared, you know, on social networks like Facebook, Twitter, a blog. So once you get it onto YouTube, you can share it across platform. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk soon. Take care.